I'm Eric Crouch in South Bend. Find out what Senator Cruz said to voters and how they responded to his message.
I'm Eric Crouch, and I'm finding out how officials are looking to make Berrien County Courthouse safer. Memorial Police use more than 300 cameras like this one campus-wide to make sure that patients and visitors are staying safe. It's obvious this stretch of Bailey Road could use a little work. They had to put up a sign just to warn drivers that there was rough pavement ahead. But homeowners here say that turning this road into gravel, that's a bad idea.
I sent an email requesting an interview to the department's public information officer, Robert Hammer. He responded saying that he can't comment on ongoing litigation. So tonight, I asked him again after he attended a meeting in South Bend at the County City Building. Yeah, it really is, Mario. In fact, extended hours last Friday. A lot of schools are on fall break, so they wanted to give them a chance to come out here to Thistleberry Farm and experience some fall festivities.
Oh, we had a chance to see history made in the South Bend Metro Golf Championship. A local golfer was going for 5 straight championships. Fox 28 was the only camera there to capture the ending. Stick around. He was a global icon known for speaking his mind, but even in retirement, Muhammad Ali still moved mountains, even when disease robbed him of his ability to speak.
A very nice family, very sad to hear the passing of him, and just wishing the best for his family and keep them in my prayers as well.
Jeffrey Emile was one of several people to swing by this dead end in Orinoco Township that was once home to a legend.
He was always a great storyteller, and he was always making everybody in the room laugh.
Well-wishers left a candle and card. Others shared stories, like Naomi Gothard, whose son-in-law was Muhammad Ali's UPS driver.
Every time he would deliver, Muhammad Ali would get in the window and shake his fist at him and just laugh. He would think that was so funny.
But Ali had a serious side, too. He joined Niles citizens at public meetings in 2000 in opposition to a proposed power plant they felt would be bad for the community. When he learned Niles was in need of an upgrade to its athletic facilities, he gave it a 1-2 punch of publicity and money. Thanks to a $100,000 donation by Ali, Niles High School was able to make this baseball field a reality.
They just reached out to kids, and any place that they could see that they could help, they did.
Mike Voda coached Ali's son for the Niles baseball team.
Shocked, but yet not surprised. You think people like that will live forever.
Voda remembers Ali fondly as the man who helped put 2 first-class baseball diamonds in Niles, a man who could render you speechless,
You're that pretty.
even when he could barely speak himself.
People wanted to be around them, and when you have something like that, when you've touched so many people in a special way like that, it's just amazing.
Ali's son, Assad, made this picture of him as a young boy his Facebook profile picture today. He and the Alis moved to Arizona in 2007, but as you can see, they're still very much considered a part of Michiana. Eric Crouch, Fox 28 News.
I'm going to get my Uncle Melvin first.
Philip Hurlbutt is paying respect to some military heroes.
Who would be my grandfather, and my father, and my 2 uncles.
He's honoring their memory with a rose on their headstones.
It's a very sentimental and emotional day for quite a few Americans.
Hurlbutt took 250 donated roses.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Giving them to anyone with a military relative they want to honor.
Some of those who accepted the roses became quite emotional when placing them at the graves of veterans.
Good job.
Nicole Westgate's daughter was in tears when laying her rose. Westgate's family is rich in service to the military.
My grandfather served in World War II. I had an uncle serve in Vietnam. I had an uncle serve in Korea.
Westgate says Hurlbutt's gesture is wonderful.
It helps a lot of people that can't normally afford flowers.
A salute to the generosity of those paying tribute to soldiers who have fallen.
It's a huge honor to come out here and show support for those that didn't come home.
And in return, what Hurlbutt wants people to take with them when they're laying their rose is
The same feeling I just got. Going out, paying your respects.
a simple way to say thank you. In Niles, Eric Crouch, Fox 28 News. Governor Pence walks into Hahn Funeral Home to pay his respects to reservist Jody Henderson. His sister is convinced her brother died because he was gay.
He's never been ashamed of who he was. So that's why.
Joel Barrett says he barely knew Henderson, but the murder is a reminder of challenges he and others face.
Legislation doesn't fix everything, but we do need to have protections in place.
It's been 6 days since Jody Henderson's body was found on this stretch of Soren Street, and prosecutors still have yet to determine whether the family's assertion is true or not.
So I went to Pence himself. He ignored my first question, then...
Sir, is this going to affect the way Indiana LGBT people are protected?
Our deepest condolences to the family of this soldier. He served Indiana with great distinction, and we grieve for his family, we grieve for his loss, but we honor his service, and Indiana will always be grateful.
Sir, South Bend has an LGBT protection. Does Indiana plan to do it at all?
Barrett says Indiana should act, regardless of the motive behind Henderson's murder.
If this is a hate crime, it is evident that, this is still a problem across our nation and in our own state.
A problem that Henderson's family believes cost him his life. In St. Joe County, Eric Crouch, Fox 28 News.
I sure am, Mario. I wish you could smell this. It smells absolutely heavenly. You've heard the phrase, time to make the donuts. Well, they mean that literally here. Check this out as I bring in Dave Freshour, the fun czar here at Thistleberry Farms. And Dave, this is pretty unreal.
Yeah, with something new this year, doing apple cider donuts. And, there's something about on a cool, crisp fall day, eating a warm, toasty apple cider donut. It's hard to beat.
Yeah, it really is hard to beat, and I understand that you're pretty famous for your kettle corn here, but now it's got some competition.
It does. We make them both in this area, and they're very popular. Some nice warm kettle corn is pretty good, too. So.
Yeah, you must have to walk around a lot to burn off all the calories. It's so easy to put on here.
Well, I try to do some quality control in this area as much as I can on the weekends. So, yeah, it's a nice addition.
So what makes these donuts so great, and what are people saying about them?
Oh, yeah, people love them. I mean, when you get it and they're nice and warm, and you take a bite out of them, it's just hard to beat.
Yeah, it really kind of tastes like fall.
Yeah, it does. It does. You get that apple taste, and there's some apple cider mixed into the mix, and I don't know what all you can say. You just got to try them.
Yeah, absolutely, and I can't wait to try one here in a minute. They still look like they're kind of hot. How many of these do you go through?
We probably sell probably upwards of 70, 80 dozen a day on the weekends. And these we mainly just do on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. We don't do during the week. But on weekends, yeah, they just fly. And then we make them fresh all day so that you're always getting them nice and warm.
Yeah, and I understand you got a field trip coming in here soon that might have a little surprise.
Yeah, we don't usually have donuts making as the field trip parents come in. So they may be pretty excited, although it kind of sounded like some of them needed to go back to the stations. So.
Well, I heard from back at Fox 28 that, as soon as I told them that there are apple cider donuts here, I was tasked with bringing some back. So we'll see how that goes. But I got to ask, I'm kind of a donuts and coffee guy. Yeah. What do you like your donuts with here, and what do you offer here to kind of accompany that?
Usually over in the concessions area, we do coffee, but then we also do just hot apple cider, and then we have a hot caramel apple cider that has some caramel and I think some whipped cream added, and that's real good with a donut too.
Yeah, I bet that would hit the spot. Are these cool enough that we can try them yet?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, let's get a little taste test here. I'm gonna get one of my. Ooh, these are hot. Let's see here.
They're gonna be a little toasty, but.
Oh yeah. Well, I can try to bring some back. I can't promise any will be left.
That's understandable.
But thank you very much, Dave Freshour. I know I have powder all over my face. I'm very sorry. Let me just send it back to the studio. Mario, back to you.
Thanks, Eric. And if I was you, I would not be worried about that powder. I mean, given how good that sounds, I'm just jealous I'm not out there with you.
Well, actually, you've heard of Jurassic Park. Well, how about this? It's Jurassic Farm. That's right, one of the corn mazes here at Thistleberry Farm, and I would be lost if not for my photographer, Tom Shaw, and for Dave Freshour of Thistleberry Farm. And Dave, let's walk in here, and why don't you tell me why these corn mazes are so popular?
I think it's just it's fall. People want to get out and kind of do something before winter comes, and it's a great family activity. It's something you can get out and do some walking, and we kind of try to mix some game aspects in. So you're trying to find stuff as you go through the corn maze, and so it's just a great activity to get out and do in the fall.
Yeah, and as you said, you like to mix in some activities. So this isn't just go into the corn maze and try to find your way to the other side. There are actual tasks that have to be completed and little scavenger hunt type deals?
Yeah, we have it's kind of a parody of Jurassic park. It's called Jurassic Farm, and you know, it's the basic plot is that we've mixed some farm animals with dinosaurs to make it more exciting, but then the Velocichickens and the dino cows get loose, and so then you know, that's just kind of the basic plot. So you try to find things and escape from getting eaten while you're out in the corn maze.
Yeah, that's always good to escape getting eaten. And this corn maze here, I understand that this is kind of a year-round thing as far as getting it put in and getting the paths maintained and that sort of thing. What exactly is some of the work that goes into it?
Early spring, once the corn's planted, you know, we're designing it on a computer, and it's all cut with a GPS. So, you know, once the corn's about a foot high, is when we actually get out and start cutting all the paths and getting all that done. And then that takes usually a good week or so, working on and off, trying to get that done. And then we maintain it throughout the summer, getting all the signs put in, because there's between the two bigger mazes, there's probably 50 or so signs, so all the posts get put in and the signs made. And so, yeah, there's a lot of work that goes into it.
Yeah, and how much land are you working with here? Because you said you've got to till basically every inch of this land that you want clear for the path, at least.
Yeah. So the corn itself covers about 15 acres, and so yeah, there's quite a few paths, probably 3-4 miles worth of paths cut into the maze. So that takes a long time on a tractor and a little rototiller to make those paths.
So you got a little time if you want to come back out. They're open 3 to 7 Monday through Thursday, 3 to 8 on Friday, and then you said you guys are closed on Halloween.
We'll close at 4 o'clock on Halloween. So we'll be open in the morning and early afternoon, but everybody wants to go trick-or-treating, and our kids want to go trick-or-treating too. So
yeah.
So we'll close at 4, and then we'll be open Sunday just for that pumpkin smash, and all the activities will be open Sunday too.
And, of course, you want to have some apple cider donuts, and I understand that they want some back at the station. That's all they've been talking about. Guys, I'm coming back with them. Sit tight. Mario, back to you.